What if Bluey wasn't Bluey? Imagine a world where Bingo grabs the spotlight, Floppy becomes her co-star, and Bluey's stuck playing second fiddle or second healer. From quiet giggles to chaotic glitter explosions, Bingo's imagination would run wild. Would she turn the backyard into a jelly planet? Probably. Would muffins be involved? So buckle up, Buttercup. It's time to flip the script and ask the big question. What if Bingo was the main character instead of Bluey? If Bingo were the main character, get ready for an imagination overload, like a fireworks show in your brain, but with more glitter and fewer safety rules. Seriously, Bingo's creativity is like a runaway kangaroo on a sugar rush. Unpredictable, bouncy, and impossible to catch. The Healer family wouldn't just play along. They'd basically have no choice. It's either join the wild ride or face the wrath of an adorable, determined 4-year-old wielding a stuffed bunny named Floppy as her sidekick. Picture this. Dad is trying to explain why he can't be a dragon today. Spoiler, it doesn't work. Mom is turning into a jelly monster for the 10th time. Still sticking around because, well, who else will clean up the jelly? Bluey? She's probably hiding under the couch, trying to avoid being drafted into Bingo's big imaginary adventure. You thought your family game nights were crazy? Bingo as lead? Hold on tight! If Bingo's the main star, then Bluey's gotta be off doing something else. Maybe she's gone full career mode, like opening a detective agency, becoming a professional leaf collector, or finally chasing her dream of becoming a part-time astronaut/tap dancer. Either way, she's booked and busy, folks. Don't worry, she'll still pop in now and then like a guest star on her show. You know, just enough to say something epic, solve a mystery, or dramatically trip over her shoelaces for comedic effect. Because let's be honest, no Bluey universe is complete without a surprise Bluey entrance yelling, "Wait, I brought snacks!" And, of course, every time she shows up, the background music hits harder, the camera zooms in, and somewhere, a dramatic voice whispers, "She's back." Meanwhile, Bingo's like, "Cool, now be the talking tree in my underwater bakery." So yes, Bluey's absence gives Bingo space to shine, but when she returns, it's like when you find fries at the bottom of the bag. Unexpected, glorious, and covered in ketchup, probably because Muffin was there too. Bingo's wild imagination, emotional meltdowns, and floppy-eared sidekick were all part of the most secretly epic main character arc we never saw coming. If Bingo's the star, then her bestie Lila isn't just tagging along. She's co-captain of the glitter-fueled Friendship Express, and this train has no brakes. These two are a calm, kind, giggly tornado of imagination, wrapped in a pink tutu and armed with invisible cupcakes. Every time Lila shows up, Bingo's eyes light up like someone just yelled, "Free snacks!" And suddenly, they're mermaids, detectives, or fluffy cloud farmers harvesting sky cotton for Floppy's pajamas. Don't ask how it works. Even they don't know. Their games have rules, okay? Rule number 1, everyone must wear a magic hat. Rule number 2, if you make someone sad, you must immediately sing them a song, preferably in dolphin language. Meanwhile, Bluey walks in like, "What's going on?" And Bingo's like, "Shh, we're in the middle of a very emotional storyline about a lonely sandwich." Yes, a sandwich with feelings and a backstory and probably abandonment issues. Lila and Bingo don't just play, they create empires of imagination, then emotionally support each other when the invisible dragon eats their ice cream castle. It's chaos, it's cute, and honestly, we'd binge it. If Bingo's the star, her school is getting the full spotlight, and it's about to be wild. Think less classroom and more tiny civilization, run entirely on crayons, stickers, and pure vibes. The teacher, holding it together with dry shampoo, a half-eaten banana, and sheer willpower. We'd finally meet the full crew. Lila, the soft-spoken sweetheart who leads a secret kindness rebellion. Pretzel, who's 92% sure he's a wizard. And someone named Styx, who only communicates in dramatic gasps. Every episode would be a mix of cuteness and mild chaos, like when Bingo accidentally organizes a protest against naps. We rest when we say Missy. And then there's Floppy, who somehow gets voted class president. Again, the school newsletter would just be Bingo drawing hearts around her friends while someone in the background eats glue. Probably Muffin. Always Muffin. Don't forget the annual talent show, Bingo's Act. emotional interpretive dance with invisible jelly, a standing ovation every time. The plot lines would be unhinged in the best way. Art class becomes a noodle-throwing championship, and library time turns into a whispered mystery thriller. Honestly, school's never been this dramatic or this glittery. Remember when Bingo had to stay overnight at the hospital and Mum turned into Sherlock Bones while Dad tried to fix things with terrible puns? Looks like she's feeling positively better. Spoiler, it didn't help. What if that visit wasn't just a quick pit stop, but the start of her biggest, most serious adventure yet? Picture Bingo facing a health challenge with the same fierce imagination she uses to turn the backyard into a jelly planet. The whole family would rally, turning tears into giggles and worried sighs into bad dance moves, because Dad's healing dance is legendary and mostly confusing. This emotional roller coaster would make you grab tissues and snacks because crying is exhausting, and cookies are mandatory. Plus, the finale might just be the sweetest, funniest way to remind us all that even when things get tough, a little sparkle and silliness can save the day. And hey, who wouldn't want a Bingo's Brave Squad hat? Instant coolness is guaranteed. Bingo and Bandit, certified cuddle pros. While Bluey's off turning Dad into a spaghetti monster or a part-time forklift, Bingo's got him wrapped in a soft blanket playing quiet rainforest nap. Honestly, it's giving spa day with snacks. These two are peak wholesome, whether they're watching clouds and giving them names like Sir Fluffington or playing Shh, we're snails. Their bond is so sweet, it might actually make your TV melt into a puddle of marshmallows. Bandit goes from a chaotic jungle gym to Bingo's personal emotional support beanbag. Of course, things get weird. 1 second, they're calmly drawing. The next, Bingo's like, pretend you're a unicorn who forgot how to sneeze. And Bandit, already galloping and snorting like a confused magical goat. Dad of the year, folks. It's the kind of relationship that makes you want to call your own dad, or at least let him sit down before launching into a 14-minute interpretive dance about feelings. If Bingo took the spotlight, she'd have something no other main character could flex. A hype girl in the form of Bluey, the best big sister in the biz. Like, forget sidekicks. This is full-on sibling support mode. Bluey would be there with hugs, pep talks, and emergency backup dance routines. Because nothing says, I got your back, like an interpretive dance called, You Can Do It, Bingo. Whenever Bingo's feeling nervous, like facing the class pet or accidentally gluing her elbow to a macaroni picture, Bluey swoops in with that big sister energy, encouraging, goofy, and just a little bit bossy. And let's be honest, even if Bluey's busy with school, astronaut training, or leading an expedition to find the world's biggest stick, she'll still beam into Bingo's imagination like a sparkly, emotional Wi-Fi signal. They'll fight sometimes, sure, probably over who gets the last banana, or whether Floppy gets to rule the moon. But by the end of the episode, it's cuddles, giggles, and synchronized fart noises. Sister love, healer style. Subscribe now or risk stepping on a Lego every single morning. And trust me, Floppy can't save you from that kind of pain. Now imagine if Bingo were the main character. The show would instantly turn into a cozy, giggly wildlife documentary, but with more glitter and fewer pants. Every episode would open with Bingo squatting in the dirt like, shh, the worm is about to yawn. And yes, she'd give every bug a name and an elaborate backstory. Meet Greg the Beetle, accountant by day, salsa dancer by night. While most characters are busy chasing balloons or turning Dad into a sandwich, Bingo's out here making friends with ants and creating tiny leaf hotels for snails. She'd slow the whole pace of the showdown in the best way, like, forget the playground, let's emotionally bond with this rock. Of course, Bluey would still pop in occasionally, shouting something like, we're being chased by cheese pirates. And Bingo would calmly reply, that's nice, I'm helping a ladybug find her self-confidence. The show would be a perfect mix of sweetness, silliness, and dirt-covered knees. Like if National Geographic had a tea party hosted by a 6-year-old wearing a tutu and binoculars. And honestly, we'd watch every second. If Bingo was the star of the show, prepare yourself. Every episode would feel like you just walked into a play directed by a marshmallow with a PhD in nonsense. Her quirky humor? Absolutely unmatched. She's like a 6-year-old stand-up comedian who thinks broccoli is a hat and chairs have feelings. And honestly, she might be right. She doesn't tell regular jokes. No, Bingo's humor is the kind that makes you go, wait, what just happened? And then laugh 5 seconds later because she just gave a rock, a backstory, and a theme song. This is Sir Pebbleton. He dreams of becoming a spoon. Imagine whole episodes where Floppy is her co-host in a cooking show where they only make invisible pizza and spaghetti made from string. The twist? Floppy's allergic to the imagination. She'll play a turtle for 40 minutes, say one word the entire time, and somehow it's hilarious. Bingo's comedy isn't just goofy, it's advanced, silly, like if a banana slipped on another banana and apologized politely. The audience wouldn't just laugh, they'd stay glued to the screen wondering, what in the fluffy universe will Bingo do next? If Bingo takes center stage, then Floppy, her trusty, slightly floppy stuffed bunny, is getting promoted from silent bedtime buddy to full-blown co-star. Red carpet and all! Move over, Bluey! Floppy's got lines now. Well, sort of, mostly high-pitched squeaks and dramatic head tilts. Bingo would treat Floppy like royalty. Every scene would be, Floppy, what do you think? Followed by Bingo dramatically answering for him like, he says we need more glitter and less gravity. Honestly, Floppy's acting range? Limited, but his vibes? Impeccable. We'd see episodes like Detective Floppy and the Mystery of the Missing Cereal, where Floppy just flops around while Bingo screams, he's onto something, as he face plants into a pile of socks. Oscar-worthy. At this point, Floppy's not just a sidekick, he's an emotional support noodle with fluff, and audiences would stay hooked, wondering, is Floppy actually alive, or is Bingo just that convincing? Either way, we'd tune in, because deep down, we all need a friend like Floppy, soft, silent, and 100% ride or die in every pretend tea battle. With Bingo as the main character, we're diving headfirst into the 4-year-old cinematic universe, where the drama is mild, the snacks are high stakes, and someone's always wearing their pants on their head, and it's not by accident. The supporting cast? Absolute chaos in the cutest way. Picture tiny legends like Lila, Bingo's BFF, who's always one sneeze away from a giggle fit, Pretzel, the flexible dude who could literally nap mid-cartwheel, and Coco, who brings main character energy even when she's just coloring. Basically, it's preschool meets Broadway, if everyone was slightly sticky and fueled by apple slices. Expect high-level plots like, who stole the last banana? And, why is there glitter in the bathtub again? Spoiler alert, it was probably Muffin, or Floppy, or both, in a glitter heist gone rogue. And the jokes? Oh, they'd fly faster than a juice box explosion. Like, why did the crayon refuse to color? Because it was feeling blue and emotionally unavailable. Bingo's world would be filled with big feelings, little friends, and a suspicious amount of invisible pets. Honestly, it's chaos with crayons, and we're totally here for it. Let's be real, if Bingo were the main character, we'd be getting a masterclass in bouncing back, with extra sprinkles of glitter and drama. She may be 4, small, and occasionally confused about where her shoes are. Spoiler, the fridge. But when life throws lemons, Bingo makes a musical about lemons. Starring Floppy as Citrus Dan. She's the queen of resilience. 1 minute, she's crying because she can't fly like a pigeon. The next, she's got cardboard wings and a pilot license drawn in crayon. That's called growth, baby. Sick day? No problem. Bingo just turns the tissue box into a hotel for germs and makes Floppy the receptionist. Room for 1 sneeze, please. Left out? Give her 5 minutes, and suddenly she's hosting her own party with 5 imaginary friends and 1 confused cat. Bingo teaches kids that it's okay to fall as long as you get back up with flair, maybe throw in a wig, and definitely sing about it. Honestly, she's like a tiny emotional superhero in a tutu. And her message? Feel your feels, then ride a scooter over them while wearing a cape. If Bingo were the main character, every slight routine change would be treated like an epic disaster movie. Breaking news. Toothbrushing moved up by 2 minutes. Local healer child spirals into emotional noodle mode. You see, Bingo is the kind of pup who needs things just so. If nap time happens on the couch instead of the bed, call the mayor. File a report. Alert Floppy. The world has tilted. One time, Chili said, "Let's have cereal after we get dressed," and Bingo blinked so hard the universe briefly paused to double-check itself. It's like trying to reboot the sun. Just don't, and don't even think about loud noises. If Muffin enters the room yelling, "Toot machine," and rides in on a vacuum cleaner, Bingo's already under the table writing a resignation letter from reality. "Dear everyone, I have moved to a quieter dimension. Please send snacks." But here's where it gets beautiful. Bingo shows that sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's just part of being awesome in a world that sometimes forgets how loud and twisty it can be. She may melt down over loud bubble wrap, but she'll rise like a marshmallow phoenix from the foam. Don't miss our next video, where we unlock wild fan theories, hidden clues, and maybe even Floppy's greatest mystery yet.